how's everyone doing today? I've been watching some YouTube videos lately, and there's been some talk amongst people that the YouTube gaming community is dying or something. They think that there's not as many people uploading videos, and tag responses and video responses and interaction between people. I'd like to be more active in that sort of thing, but quite frankly, the amount of hours put in making Game Chaser episodes just doesn't really allow that. In fact, I'm trying to get 2 out here. I'm editing those, and I'm working on the Halloween cartoon. So much work here in the next couple of months. I wanted to do this video in response to Ed T1138 because he is one of the guys, he's one of the newer guys on YouTube, and if you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend you do that because he is very active in terms of interacting with the community a little more. So this is a video response to his Top 3 Tuesday video, your top 3 finds out in the wild.
Hey, you don't even play games.
Actually, I do, whoever you are. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. It's not really going to be a top 3. I'm just going to kind of go over a few of my favorite finds out in the wild. Now, obviously, one of them is going to be Flintstones. It's no surprise there. I mean, probably, I guess, actually number 1 on the list. Number 2 would be Little Samson. And Little Samson, I don't have with me, obviously, because I gave to Jay. But Little Samson is a great game. In fact, if you want a really good review on it, I highly recommend that you go to see the Gaming Historian. He does an excellent review on Little Samson. Okay, so with those obvious choices out of the way, I'm going to show 2 things that I've found off camera that I want to talk about. One of them is, I've had a lot of people ask me what this is. They've seen it right up on the top shelf. It's a Flintstones prototype. And it's not the rare Flintstones prototype, it's the Dino and Hoppy prototype. But it's a prototype, so I mean, you don't run into these very often. And how I found it was at basically this DVD store in Grand Prairie, and they had just a few retro games or whatever just in this little shelf. I did some research. Sure enough, it ended up being a Flintstones prototype, and I've taken it apart. I've played it, and I don't see any real difference between it and the one that was released, Dino and Hoppy. But then again, I only got past the 3rd or 4th stage, so I don't know if there's any differences past that. I'm not sure. This next game I found at a mom and pop DVD store. They had a bunch of old Nintendo games they were selling. It's Metal Storm, complete in box. It's not the rarest game out there, obviously, but it's really skyrocketed in price. And to be able to get it in box like this for, I believe, $1.99, definitely one of the better deals I've ever run across. This is actually probably only 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. But it was in a backwaters town, and you gotta check those places. They were all used to be previous rentals, and they just held on to them and they were selling them off. And now for the game that was really the reason why I created this video in the first place, was because I wanted to talk about it. And because I found it at Trader's Village recently. It's been on the shelf the whole time, and I bet you guys didn't even notice it. It's Noah's Ark 3D. It's the only unlicensed Super Nintendo game there is, one of the rarest. I came across this at some guy's booth who was basically selling all his games for $5, so I ended up spending $5 for it. It was just under a pile of junk. Basically how it works, for those of you who don't know, since this is the only unlicensed game on the Super Nintendo, the only way they can get it to work was you have to plug an actual Super Nintendo cartridge to the top, and then plug this into the Super Nintendo, and that's how you get it to work. Otherwise, it's a no-go. So you better own another Super Nintendo game if you want to play this one. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm going to try to do more quick videos like this because Halloween's coming up, and I also want to talk about I want to talk about some of my cheesy movies, actually. I love cheesy horror sci-fi movies, and I think I'm going to do some reviews because I'm a huge fan of James Rolfe's Monster Badness. That's actually my favorite thing that he does. So I've always really wanted to talk about some of my favorite cheesy movies and stuff, and believe me, I've got plenty to choose from. So I'm thinking about doing something like that, just something really quick that doesn't take a lot of editing and a lot of time that's going to take away from other stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys would enjoy something like that, because I know I would. So Take care, everyone. A lot of you guys are also wondering like what's like on the top shelf right there. I got like it's deep full of like NES box NES games because I do like to stack my loose NES cartridges, but I also like to display my complete boxes as well. Um, Black Bass, who doesn't need that complete, right? Ninja Turtles, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, there you go. Good stuff. Rocketeer, and it's all falling and stuff. Manhattan Project, good game. I should do another room tour. What do you think?